Hi guys, so Boris Johnson made a comment about Margaret Thatcher, former Prime Minister and leader of the Conservative Party, closing coal mines and then laughed about it. He then suggested that she did it for environmental reasons. What happened was coal mines were closed and then coal was imported more cheaply from abroad. So if Bozo thinks that she did it for some green agenda, then why would you allow less expensive coal to be burned to produce energy? Anyway, a Labour MP for the area that saw coal mine closures responded to Boris Johnson's comment.
Stephanie, what's your take on the Prime Minister's comments? Some might say he's got a point.
Well, I think they're, quite frankly, a disgrace. It's a rewriting of history. The closing of the pits had nothing to do with the environment and everything to do with destroying working class communities.
Yes, it's about destroying the communities in the north. It's about, and in Wales as well. The problem is, for the Conservatives at the time, was many of these communities, these working class communities, voted for the Labour Party. They had no intention of voting ever for the Conservatives. Unfortunately, Brexit came along and a lot of them jumped ship. But at the time, they had no intention of voting for the Conservative Party. And the Conservatives treated them like crap, as they always treated the poor and the working class. They saw it as an attempt, by many believe it so, but they saw it as an attempt to destroy the Labour Party in a sense. These are Labour Party strongholds. If we destroy these strongholds, we make their lives miserable, and they'll turn on the Labour Party.
You said it was a joke. It was meant in a light-hearted fashion. Does that, can we not joke in politics anymore?
So when Boris Johnson said, "Let the bodies pile high," was that also a joke? What if he said it as a joke? If he said it was just a joke? Does that make any difference? Look, politicians can tell jokes, but it should never be at the expense of someone lower than them. And what I mean by lower, as in punching down. Boris Johnson was making fun of people who have lost their jobs. Boris Johnson, when he was talking about the bodies piling high, he was making fun of the victims of the pandemic or their families. He's never punching up. He's never saying, look at these corrupt politicians, although he'd have to talk about himself. Maybe he's punching sideways in that case. He's making fun of people who are suffering. Maybe he sees that as a joke. You know, we have to think for a moment. Remember, Boris Johnson is someone who allegedly, I don't know if it's true or not, but I wouldn't put it past him, burnt, I think it was a £20 or a £50 note in front of a homeless person in order to get inside an exclusive club, the Bullington Club. And then when he was a member, they would have these parties where they would trash the place. These toffs and elites treating members of staff like crap, treating the public like crap. So if Boris Johnson made a joke about families who have suffered the consequences of previous Conservative Party policy, even if he meant it as a joke, for him it is all a joke. He's not the one suffering, someone else is.
Of course we can joke, but I don't think it's funny to many people in Barnsley who lost their livelihood. 30 years ago, 30,000 men worked down the pit. Those jobs simply don't exist and nothing has replaced them. So it's no laughing matter for the people I represent.
But I think it's important to go back to the point of destroying the working class. The working class were the bedrock of the Labour Party, and the Conservatives wanted to undermine that. In a sense, as I said, when Brexit came along, they did undermine that. There was a battle between government and trade unions. Unfortunately, the trade unions lost. Margaret Thatcher wanted to destroy the trade unions. She saw them as a threat to her power. And unfortunately, she won many battles. I hope in the future the Labour Party can return to its roots. It can work on behalf of the poor and the working class, strengthen unions, and undo some of the damage done by both Margaret Thatcher and Boris Johnson. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons. You ensure that this channel continues to exist. I'm eternally grateful for all of your support. If you join Patreon, you will receive instant access to our Discord server, where we have both audio and video chats. You can chat with me and other patrons, where we discuss important and non-important issues. Becoming a patron per month costs about the same as a large coffee, so why not check it out?